Hello everyone, Storm 101 here. Today we'll be taking a look into an upcoming pattern change here. We'll be seeing where we could be seeing a big troughing across the eastern United States, ridging across portions of the western United States, and also there could be the possibility of many people across the central eastern United States could see their first few snowflakes of the season. We'll be talking about those, but let's first start off with the GFS model here with the 500 millibar GL potential height anomalies here. And this is what's going on right now. You got Delta, that leads to remains in Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana. Eventually, be moving uh, into ports of Tennessee and Alabama. Here comes your first trough here, starting to move into the central United States at this point. Ridging starts to build at the same time, building across the southwestern United States. Traffic moves in, but not quite, you know, uh, the trough itself there really just doesn't dig that far south. This one here does dig a little bit further south, but it's also quite a strong trough as well here. You can see here with the numbers there as well as pretty below the zero mark here. So really, this indicates here some very strong troughing. You can also see it around the same time. Ridgings really started to build just off the northwest coast there as well. And that uh, troughing really starts to stick around. Another trough starts to move in. Here comes another big trough after that, and you can see how the pattern kind of goes. But after that, things could likely change here. You can see here was shown by the GFS. That will likely change, but you kind of get the pattern here where we get multiple troughs to move into the central and eastern United States here. Kind of continues on really mid to late October here. And let's take a look to the precipitation side of things from the GFS. As you can see, our first front comes through across portions of the central and eastern United States. Doesn't really do all that much, but when the second trough starts to move in, it does quite a bit of work across the upper plains, the northern plain, the upper Midwest, I should say, the northern plains, in the Great Lakes, even extending into the northeastern United States. Your 540 line is the average in the atmosphere for the freezing mark. At times, you can get some snow at the surface, so just to keep in mind on that. And as we kind of continue on here, look what the GFS is showing up here on Monday, October the 19th, next Monday, I should say, showing snow across Indiana, Ohio, eventually extending into northwestern Pennsylvania and into southwestern um, New York State. That's quite ridiculous, to see that this early here. You can see here with the trough behind it really kind of digs in a little bit further to the south here. Here comes another clipper system here, brings in a little bit of troughing across the upper plains, the Great Lakes, the northern plains as well. And, you kind of get the pattern here. Big systems, could bring some snow a little bit across some of these regions here. Let's take a look at some other models. This is the icon model. You got the remains of Delta, dives out into the Tennessee Valley. Cold front moves through. That's kind of your trough number one. Not that strong, but as we kind of continue on here comes trough number two later next week. You can see here your 540 line does go a little bit further south, so the trough is a little bit stronger than what the GFS is showing. But what's also kind of crazy is if we stop at this frame right here, look at the Great Lakes showing lake effect snow across the Great Lakes. Even some of the lake effect snow is actually not really so, it's actually just showers there. But look across southern Illinois. Snow is trying to mix in into those regions, which is quite crazy. And it's not the only model. Spoiler alert, this is not the only model showing snow this far south here. I mean, you just saw the GFS is a little bit further north, kind of in a different place, but it's still kind of crazy to see that. And models have been kind of consistent with showing snow over these similar regions like portions of Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, even into portions of Kentucky, portions of West Virginia, into Pennsylvania. Even the Great Lakes, of course, showing that lake effect snow. Let's take a look into the Canadian model again. The remains of Delta dies down in Tennessee Valley. Trough number one, or cold number one, I should say, kind of moves through. Doesn't do that much. And then you got trough number two, which is showing a little bit of quite a bit of strong trough here from the Canadian model. But look at this, showing snow in the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee on October the 17th. Meanwhile, you got a decent amount of snow going on, or snow showers, I should say, going on across portions of Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. Got lake effect snow going on in the Great Lakes. I mean, this is quite early for this time of year here, and it's not, really completely unusual. I mean, here in Kentucky last year, we had snowflakes on Halloween, so it's not really completely unusual, to see this. I remember one other time that we had snow here in Kentucky here happened in October. Had no school on that day, which happened in the fall of 2013 there. So it's not really completely unusual here. It has happened a few times before. So it's nothing like out of the ordinary. It's just, you know, a strong trough really moving in. That's really all it is here. Bringing cold enough, temperatures just cold enough to bring out some snow. If we kind of continue on here, here comes another clipper system moving to the southeast there as well, bringing a decent amount of snow across those regions. Let's move on to the European model. And as we kind of continue on, remains a delta, goes away. Now, I want to keep it zoomed in into the Ohio Valley because let me show you guys something towards the end of the run. So there goes cold front number one, passes through on Monday. High pressure takes over. Another front comes through. Oh, look at there. A little bit of rain and snow mix across the mountains of West Virginia and even into portions of Virginia at one point there. Even trying to spit out some snow flurries in those mountains as well. As we continue on, you got a front that moves in. Eventually, it should start to stall out a little bit. That cold air starts to catch up with the front here, and a low pressure system will start to ride along that front. There you go. Showing heavy snow across anywhere from southwestern Kentucky through southern Indiana into northwestern Ohio, even to far eastern Michigan. Now, obviously, this is going to change by all these models because this is about 10 days out. But this is an indication that there is a possibility we could see snowflakes here for the first time for the season a, for a lot of people in general. So this is definitely something we got to watch here very closely here. And you see from the GFS, the European model both show close to a winter storm type of criteria here. Let's take a look into the snowfall amounts from all of the models. Let's begin with the European model, which will take a moment to load here. So kind of going into that time period here. This is hour 240. You can see a little bit of snow, 1 to 2 inches in the mountains there in West Virginia. Look over here in, Indiana, showing a decent amount of snow. I mean, 5 to 6 inches of snow in a few areas, generally 1 to 3 inches. Obviously, this is going to change here quite a bit. I mean, will likely not happen here. But the reason why I'm showing you guys, all this here, because the models do indicate snow across some of these similar regions, but just different scenarios here. Let's go to the Canadian model. Show total snowfall here. Look here. In some of those similar regions, even across central Indiana, showing snowfall amounts 5 to 6 inches, well, more like 5 inches, but look at northeastern Ohio, up to 6 inches of snow. The Appalachian Mountains, some areas showing the general 1 to 3 inches, but a couple areas showing a little bit above 4 inches of snow. Look at the Great Lakes, some areas could be seeing close to a foot of snow in a couple areas. So, quite a bit of snow showing up from the Canadian model. Now, the icon model is not going to show much here, but I think it's a little bit more accurate here. Because most of the snow here, the model is showing not that accurate. Just because, really, in general, the ground's going to be quite warm around that time frame. So most of that snow is not going to really stick. But here's the icon model here. See a couple spots here, really zero point 0.1 inches of snow, not a whole lot. Maybe a coating for a couple of these areas here, but generally not a lot of snow shown from the icon model. But if we look into the GFS model here, 10-day period there, total snowfall here, you can see here showing, in northeastern Ohio, far northwestern Pennsylvania to southwestern New York State here showing snowfall amounts really between 3, maybe 5 inches of snow in some of these regions here. I mean, this is definitely something we got to keep an eye on here, especially when malls are showing snow, this early here. And just something I wanted to mention about this here. And let's go on to move on really to the Common Prediction Center's outlook here, really quick. This is their 6 to 10-day temperature probability outlook here. You can see there's a better chance of blowout. Wow, that was bad. You can see there's a pretty good chance of below average temperatures across the upper Midwest, but in general, there's even a chance for below average temperatures across nearly for a good chunk of the United States, anywhere from the Northern Plains into, Dixie Valley, Tennessee Valley, the Ohio Valley, the Mid-Atlantic, Great Lakes, the Midwest, portions of the Northeast there do have the chance for some below average temperatures. We'll look into precipitation quickly here. But you can see here, dry across the Northwest, dry across portions of the Rockies, generally dry across the South, a little bit wetter across the North, especially the Northeast and the Northern Plains as well. Let's look into the 8 to 14 day temperatures here. And as you can see here, kind of similar to the 6 to 10 day outlook here, but the probability is a little bit lower. That's just really due to the confidence here. The confidence really is a little bit low in for below average temperatures, but the possibility is still there for below average temperatures into some of these regions here. And looking into the 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook here, it's a little bit different. Slight chance for above average precipitation across the Great Lakes, the Ohio Valley into the Northeast, even across central Montana, dry across generally the west except for the southwest, dry across portions of the Four Corner States, dry across portions of the plains, and even including the southeast as well. And here's the hazards outlook here, or the probability hazards outlook in the 8 to 14 day range. This is made yesterday here. You can see this yellow here, or brown. That's a slight risk of high winds. This dark blue color here, that's a moderate risk for much below average temperatures across the northern plains, even portions of the upper Midwest. And then you get into the light blue color. That's a slight risk of much below average temperatures. So, anybody really generally in the blue color does have a chance for some below average temperatures in the 8 to 14 day time frame here. So, in general, much below average temperatures could be coming uh, for some of these areas here in really in general mid to late October here, which it may continue afterwards. Who knows? But in general here, it looks like we'll have a pattern where we'll see multiple troughs moving into the central, especially the eastern United States, bringing chances for snow across some of those regions there as well. And we'll definitely have another update on this stuff here soon. We'll have a little better idea of what could happen on this setup here, especially for the snow here as well. We'll have a little better idea until we get closer to that event. But anyways, guys, this is all for you guys today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did like this video, hit the like button. If you do like my channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell notification so you never miss an upload. If you guys got questions about this, you can put a comment section down below. I'll answer you guys' questions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.